Hello, Wasteland! Yes, and welcome to today's episode where we are looking at the Gaslands UK Facebook page Car of the Month competition. So this video will serve as a perfect jumping off point for all newcomers to the Car of the Month competition and should answer all of your most frequently asked questions. Because I get asked a few questions each month. There's always someone saying, "Hey, I'm from like the North Pole. Can I enter this competition?" Or, "Yeah, I made like 5 really cool cars, but I can't pick which one to enter. What should I do?" There's always some questions. So this video will serve as a rules summary as well as a rough description of what the competition is. So let's just jump straight into it. So the Gaslands UK Facebook page started the Car of the Month competition. I believe it was a couple of years ago now. And it's a very simple premise. Every month there will be a challenge for the viewers at home to build a car in a set time limit to match a theme that is set for that month. So using June 2020 as a perfect example, this month's theme was superheroes, and it was set by Mad Car Green Miniatures, and they are offering prizes to winners of the competition that they will pick. So let's go over the basic rules to enter this competition then. So who do you have to be, where do you have to live to be able to enter this? Well, we typically say, because this is a Gaslands UK Facebook group competition, that you need to be a UK resident to enter. We give a bit of leeway to the Irish because they're our closest neighbour and we've got a long history with them. But that said, it's typically UK residents only. Now, we encourage everyone around the world to get involved. And I gotta say, ever since we started making these videos, we've been getting a lot more international attention and a lot more people around the globe want to enter, which is fantastic. But that said, it normally is only people in the UK that are eligible to win. This comes down to the sponsors of the competition. They're, for the most part, all UK-based businesses, and UK domestic postage is cheaper than international. Now, that said, each month, if the sponsor is willing to open this up to the world stage, as they have done for June 2020, then it's open to everyone. It doesn't matter where you are from. You could live in the North Pole or the South Pole or Iraq or America, or it doesn't matter. You are eligible to enter and you're eligible to win. But each month it will be clearly outlined in the opening post on the Gaslands UK Facebook page. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, "James, this isn't very fair, The whole world wants to get involved in this competition. Why do you separate it? Why do you not let us enter?" Well, now I want to say this. This is the UK Facebook groups competition. There is also a Gaslands France Facebook group, and they do their own Car of the Month that is eligible only to French citizens. There is also the main Gaslands Facebook group, which is just enormous at this point, and that's open to everyone every month. But I'm not an admin on either of those groups. I can't say what the rules are for those competitions. I only deal with the Gaslands UK side of things because I'm a UK YouTuber. So, simply put, ordinarily, it's a competition only open to UK residents. But we encourage everyone to get involved. At the end of the day, we all just want to see cool cars. That said, each month, if the sponsor is willing to post internationally or set up some kind of arrangement with the winner where like the winner pays postage but they get all this free stuff for winning, it will be outlined in the opening post of the competition. So that's who can enter. Alright, so how do you enter Gaslands UK's Car of the Month competition? So it runs every single month, but how do you get involved? Well, the competition runs from the first Sunday of every month to the last Sunday of every month. The deadline each month is midnight on the last Sunday of every month. So you've got until midnight UK time. UK-based competition, UK-based time. Gives you Americans a little bit longer, technically, if you look at it, because you go, huh, midnight is there, what, late afternoon? Whereas over here, you get some people that are like grafting all the way until midnight. Typically gives about 3 to 4 weeks to jump in and get involved, or about 3 or 4 weekends. Now, that's plenty of time to pick up a car, modify it, paint it, and enter it. So all you really need to enter this competition is 2 photos. One photo of the car you've chosen to enter before any modifications, before any paint job, with a timestamp. What's a timestamp? So just something that says what the current date is. This is to prove that you're doing the entry for this month's competition rather than something you've been working away on for years and yes, my masterpiece is finally ready and now I shall win every competition with it. It's like, no, we like to see people rising to the occasion, rising to the challenge. So it has to be something that you've done in the month of the competition. And then the second photo is one where it's all complete, finish the modifications, finish the paint job, look at it, look how beautiful my car is, here you go. Now, I encourage people to do lots of photos, lots of videos when they've finished their masterpiece. I think it always looks a bit better than just one blurry, out of focus photograph. Because you want to give yourself the best chance. It also makes my job easier as a YouTuber because I got more footage to put together for the videos. But, take as many as you like. But at the end of the day, ultimately, you only need 2 photos. One photo before any modifications, before any paint job with a timestamp, and then one photo of it all nice and pristine and complete and perfect. So, if that's how you get involved, and that's like the time limit, then, why would you do this? Well, every month for this competition we have a sponsor. The sponsor will pick a theme for the month, and indeed it is the sponsor that will pick the winner. Now, since we've started this, the prizes from the sponsors have been getting more and more generous. We're seeing a lot of value in the actual things that the various companies that we approach are willing to give out, which is just fantastic. The generosity is brilliant. We always guarantee there is a first place prize, and more often than not, the sponsor will put forward prizes for a second and third as well. But the first place prize is always guaranteed. There's always something to encourage people to take part. That said, I think just trying to hit a challenge and a deadline and then getting the positive feedback from your peers, I think that's a pretty good prize as well. So yes, if you're the win at all costs mindset, there is something for you to aim for. But for the rest of us filthy casuals, there's also the grand prize of the adulation of our peers, the admiration of our friends. Okay, so how many cars can I enter? This comes up a few times. We like I said, we encourage everyone to get involved, and we encourage people to make as many cars or as many builds as they feel comfortable. 1 is the bare minimum, and 1 is the maximum. But if you've made this theme is so good, I've got to make a team of 5 cars. I can't just boil it all down to 1 car. I must let the creative energies flow. That's great. Do that. Run with that enthusiasm. But when it comes to judging, you must pick 1 car, 1 entry, and say, this is my entry. We've had a few people go, okay, here's my 3 entries, my 4 entries, and it's like, no, that's not what this is about. You don't get more chances at winning the more cars you submit. 1 person, 1 car. Oh yes, and I should point out, if you are a minor watching this video, because some kids like to get involved, for legal reasons, if you are the winner, it will be your parent or guardian that we must contact in order to get an address to send the prizes to. You know, none of us are going to get in trouble for asking children what their address and private information is, all right? So if you are a child, you know, if you're under the age of 18 or 21, depending on what state or country you live in, then you will need a parent or legal guardian if you win the competition that we can contact. You know, that's just to cover our backs, but that's the usual stuff. But there you have it. Now, barring anything that I've forgotten, in which case I'll have to go back and re-edit this, that's pretty much it. You know, that's who can enter, why you would enter, that's how you can enter, that's when the deadline is. So, hopefully this video has been nice and clear and concise. If you have any more questions, do feel free to post them down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching Wasteland, and I will see you all in the next episode. And before we go, a massive thank you to the Patreons that continue to support this channel and these endeavors each month. And a massive thank you to the brand new Patreon, Mijali. So, in order of, I don't know, some kind of order, can I say a massive thank you to Mijali, Blue Moon, Mike P, Christian, Jeff Canavan, James Alexander, Brian Crook, Emma, MJ Dunton, Douglas Christie, Curtis Nelson, and Camilo Quiroga. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Recording. Man, this is so much harder than I thought, and it's getting hotter in here. And if I have the fan on, like you guys listen to this, if I was to have that on while recording, yeah, I would be nice and cool, but you guys wouldn't be able to hear anything. So I'm sweating to death while I record this. Like, all my plans for this week had to go out the window because the paint dries on my palette and my brush before I can get it on the model. And don't give me that, oh, just use a wet palette rubbish. I've tried that before. It doesn't work for me. We all have our own ways of painting.